Hey guys, so as you can tell by the title of this video, today I want to give you the #1 reason why real estate deals usually fall through, and I also want to give you my suggestions to avoid this reasoning from killing your deal. So the #1 reason why real estate deals will usually fall through is the inspections and the inspection period. So the reason why the inspection period is such a vital and important part of the deal is, let's say you're representing the buyer. The buyers are usually a little bit nervous about the process of buying, even if they've bought and sold many times before. And during the inspection period, they're gonna get a whole laundry list of items that need to be repaired on the house. Imagine yourself being your buyer, right? You find this beautiful house that you're so excited about, and then all of a sudden you find out that there's items that need to be repaired in the house. The first thing that could go through your mind is, oh gosh, how much is all this gonna cost? Oh no, is this the wrong house? Your mind starts thinking of all of these worst case scenarios, and you might even consider walking away from the deal. And imagine being the seller on the opposite side of the transaction, right? So you're a seller and you think that you've meticulously maintained your home, and all of a sudden you're hearing that your house has a laundry list of items that need to be repaired. You could easily get offended, or worst case, you can say, you know what, forget it, I've lived here with no issues, those buyers can cancel for all I care. No! As a real estate agent, both of those reactions are exactly what you want to avoid. So I want to give you some helpful tips to help you pre-educate your clients to avoid that from happening. I use the word pre-educate because it's extremely important. You have to pre-educate by setting the tone with your clients to make sure that they fully understand what to expect and to avoid them feeling overwhelmed. So how do you do it? How do you pre-educate? How do you set the tone? Don't worry, I got you. I actually created a quick little script that I'm gonna read directly off the paper so I don't mess it up. And this is just basically a quick script that you can say directly to the buyer to set the tone for what they can expect during the inspection period. Congratulations, Mr. Buyer, we're officially under contract, so we're now gonna move into the inspection period, which is an amazing time for you to find out more information about the house. Inspectors are licensed and hired to call out any recommended repairs or concerns about the house, both big and small, which provides us an opportunity to ask the seller to make the repairs that are most important to you. Please keep in mind, Mr. Buyer, the sellers are not required to say yes to all requested repairs, but as your agent, I'm gonna work hard on your behalf to make sure that I negotiate on getting the most amount of repairs that you'd like to have completed done before you move in. So saying something like that is super important because it allows the buyer to feel more comfortable with, okay, I know what to expect next. But the most important key things in that script is, one, it allows them to know that the seller is not required to do everything. Two, it allows them to know that getting a list of repairs is not an end all. It's just actually a really good opportunity for them to know what's going on with the house. And three, for them to know that you're gonna negotiate on their behalf to try to get as many of those repairs that are most important to them done. But you also wanna point out that the seller may not do them all because you don't want them to have this too high level of expectation that the seller doesn't meet. So let's say that you're representing the seller. Here is a quick role play script of how you can set the tone for them. Congratulations, Mrs. Seller. Now that we're under contract, the buyer will perform their home inspections. Know that inspectors are hired to find issues throughout the house. I do want to be transparent and letting you know that there will be repair requests that the buyer will ask for. But I will work hard on your behalf negotiating and calling around to get multiple quotes for you to save you as much money as possible with the repairs that you decide to have completed. Saying something like this to your seller in advance is amazing because it allows them to know, you know what, inspectors are hired to find issues, so they're gonna come out here and find them. But don't worry, the buyer's gonna ask for repairs, and I'm actually gonna call around to get as many quotes as possible to make sure that we can save you the most money and still move forward with a successful closing. Again, guys, the biggest thing in the real estate transaction is you have to set the tone. You have to allow your clients to know what to expect next. Otherwise, they'll start thinking of all these worst case scenarios. They'll talk to family and friends who tell them about their worst case scenarios. So you want to make sure that as their professional, you're staying ahead of what's going on by letting them know what to expect. So I hope that you found these quick scripts helpful, and I hope that they can help you save some of your future deals. When I'm talking to newer agents in my office that their deals cancel, it's usually always during the inspection period, and I always just talk to them to kind of get feedback on what happened and help them for their next experience. And usually what ends up happening is their buyer freaks out about the repair items that come up, their sellers get offended about the repair items that come up, and the agent forgets to be the professional in the middle, to be the glue to keep the deal together. And the way to do that is to set the tone. Inspection periods bring out a lot of different emotions, but as long as you stay ahead of it and make sure that your client understands and knows that you're gonna work really hard on their behalf to make sure that the house, if it's the buyer, is ready for when they move in, and if it's the seller, that they can save as much money as possible while also giving the buyer a really great home. Once you do that, you can make it to a smooth closing. So I know it's been a while since I made a video. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you did, let me know by commenting below. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, as always, message me anytime. And go kill it. Spread kindness and sell so many houses along the way. Bye.